on, but I'm sorry, you probably shouldn't have the exhaust fan running. But no, actually, I want to take down, even though there's pictures that are like of my older kids when they were much younger, I still don't want to show it. Even though none of these pictures are online. Um, but whatever. I hope everybody's had a good week. I had a really busy week and wanted to get on here. I just didn't really have much. Well, I do have a few things to talk about. I don't have very good notes written out. Hey, Bertha, how are you? Hi, Addie. Hey, how are you doing, Addie? I felt bad about the way our last conversation left off, Addie. I was all distracted by the chat and stuff. I think I'm getting ready to have a talk with my mods. I think I'm gonna tell my mods just to not do anything, basically. I might just do without mods and try that for a little while. I just think it might be what's best, like nothing personal towards anybody at all. But there was a few subjects I wanted to talk about. I've cut my hair. Okay, they call it the butterfly cut. And Brad Mondo has a there's like tons of shorts with it. It's super freaking easy, but you can do different variations of it. I had done it before, I just didn't know it was called the butterfly cut. It's basically adding layers. Like I do need to take off quite a bit of length. I mean, I'm gonna cut off like 4 to 6 inches, which if you've ever had long hair like this, it feels so weird, but I'm ready for it. Like every time it gets about this length, even though I always tell myself I'm going to try to grow my hair out as long as I can and find out my terminal length. If you didn't know, most people's hair stops growing at a certain length. Like some people can grow it all the way to the floor, whatever. I wouldn't want to do that anyways. But like, I don't think I've ever grown my hair as long as it can grow. I don't know if I'd want to though, because around this is when I start to get headaches. I'm cutting my hair, Pyramid. I've cut my hair a lot. Like, I've seriously had like 3 professional haircuts in the last 18 years. Like, since I became a mom, I've gotten my hair cut professionally 3 times, and all 3 times I was disappointed. I'm not saying that I would do better than, like, a good hairstylist, but I'm always going to places like Fantastic Sam's or whatever. So, I guess like, find what is it, the crown of your head? You, like, balance the comb on top of it, and wherever it bends, and it's like, this is where, like, my spatial awareness sucks. He said from ear to ear. Okay, that was about what that was. Sorry. Basically, yeah, you wanna make the first section, like, the front. "Hey, Mr. Carey, how are you doing? How is everybody?" "Oh, Addie, of course, everybody that." I don't ever wanna make anybody feel like they're not a favorite because of modding or whatever. I would like to go over some new rules for the mods here and help remind me if other ones come in to tell them. I wanna have, like, 3 guidelines for blocking people, okay, Mr. Carey, and anybody else that's a mod. Um, like, death threats, like, you have to be threatening my life, okay, like, physical threats of violence, overtly sexual stuff. And I'm pretty open-minded. I mean, like overtly sexual stuff, like talking about my body and stuff, eh, and then what was, oh my gosh, oh, spam. So death threats, sex stuff, spam. And I'd like to try to block as little people as possible. I know it's like easy for me to say. I don't see a lot of the bullshit because I'm like busy half the time. But I just thought, it would be good to have some guidelines. So from ear to ear, honestly, when I did it before, I'm gonna start over. I just did one ponytail and you kind of put it in the front like a unicorn horn or something. And just cutting that straight across will give you layers. A lot of you guys probably already know this if you are like a woman with long hair. I mean, a man could do this too. I'm just saying, my hair I have really thick hair too. That's another thing I saw. Like if you have thinner hair, this might not be as easy to do, or you might want to do the one ponytail, not like 2 or 3, like I'm getting ready to do. Um, the ring vibes, because of my long dark hair. I feel like this might be. Oh, thank you so much. I was thinking about like, once I get this haircut done, I'd like to dye it, but I just hate dyeing all of my hair for the little bit of white I have. Like, dye is so bad, and every time I look into it, I get all freaked out to get henna, but I don't know, I guess I already have dye in my hair, so now henna is a complete no-no. That sucks. Is that true? Anybody that knows? Okay, this isn't gonna be exact. I feel like looking in the okay, that's better. I need to look in my mirror for a second, guys. I'm not really doing a good job in the chat. I went grocery shopping today, completely forgot that Thanksgiving is coming up this week. So, like, I usually get like a week's worth of groceries, every Friday. And I completely forgot that there's all the Thanksgiving stuff I had to get. Homer dude. Oh, I'm not taking much length off. You'll see. That's what's cool about this haircut. Um, well, I guess I did 4 to 6 inches. It's like so many split ends. You'll see. It'll look 10 times better than it did before. And I think I might add some curtain bangs, cover up my wonky eye. Clavicle length is best length. I cut my hair to shoulder-ish length last spring and kind of missed the mid-back length. I always end up growing it back out, right? But like, I always want to cut it too at a certain point. It's just too much. It's like, it's too hard to do anything with. Although I find the shorter my hair, that's when it's the hardest to style, like having above shoulder. Like every 8 years, I cut my hair above my shoulders. I have a video on my channel. I think I was talking about the happy wife school, and it was like up to here. And every time I do that, I regret it because I love short hair on other women, but my hair is so thick and like coarse. It's too much. I look like a mushroom. I know. I need to quit talking about my insecurities. Okay, so I'm gonna do two more of these. Oh, thank you, Mr. Carey. If you have a boyfriend or man, they are the luckiest person in the world. Oh, DH thing. I have a husband of 15 years. What happened? Whatever. Oh my gosh, no. Now I have to fix it. You really should have to, have it straight. And I saw some people doing it with completely dry hair, which I always like every single time I've gotten my hair cut, they're like, they have to wash it. Um, they wet it down a lot. Thank you, Hummer dude. I don't think I thanked you good enough. How are you doing? Are you still doing okay at your part-time job? Yes, Fendi. So I'm gonna do this two more times. Some people, they do like two sections like this, but I'm gonna do it in the easier way. Take what's left of my hair and make it into two sections. And there's really no rhyme or reason to it, although I think there should be. Like if I was a professional hair cutter, I would be working with like the shape of my head better or whatever. But I also am glad to save like the $80. It would seriously, because they make me wash it. I can't like not get it washed. So that alone is like 20, 25 bucks. And then you can't like not get your hair blow dried and styled when you have all this hair. So it's like a haircut in addition to the wash, in addition to the style is like easy $80 now. I can't. Money, 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 money. Yes. Now this should be more, I need to make this like this, so give me a second. Needs to be like the first one, like Ariana Grande ponytail. That's what somebody said. That's a good way to describe it. What's going on with Ariana Grande lately? It's like concerning. And I've always been a petite woman. I don't like it when people like, you're not allowed to be a petite woman, but she is a good example of like, yeah, she was always petite, but now she's clearly like unhealthy. Anyways, I have a few things to talk about once I get my hair sectioned. Did you guys hear about how they reclassified college degrees? Fendi, are you in here? Did you hear about how they reclassified certain degrees to be professional or non-professional? Oh my gosh, I think all of you guys should be interested in this. I was just interested to see if like anything that Fendi watched covered it. And I am getting Instagram. I didn't have space on my phone. I'm actually considering getting a new phone soon so I can like not keep running into this problem. But I'm not the first person to point this out. It's very obvious. It's almost like they're, I don't want to say attacking. It's all like female dominated professions. It's like education, nursing. Nursing isn't a professional career anymore. But then they left certain things listed as professional that don't make sense. If you're going to take away like nursing and education, but then theology is still professional, this means it's going to be easier. Well, it will be easier to get more student loans. Like you'll still be able to take out student loans, but there's a cap on it for non-professional degrees. And I thought that that was super interesting. And honestly, I just never thought that this was going to happen when I was happy Trump won. And it's like, I hate to say it. Oh, my dude, I hope that you rest well and you get lots of good sleep. Um, I don't like selfies. I'll try to take a picture of my haircut. I'm like, I'll cut my hair in front of you guys, but I don't know about taking a picture. Isn't that weird? I'm so weird. So yeah, I thought that that was really interesting. Teachers and nurses, occupational therapists, physical therapists. Physical therapy is no longer a perfect. Occupational therapy helped my kids so much. So I feel so creepy. Physical therapy helped one of my kids greatly. It's like it's such a anything that you have to like excuse me, go to school and get a degree. Some of these things are masters and doctorates, and they took away it being professional. How does that make any sense? How can anything be a doctorate and not be professional? Okay, okay. If you're okay, I do understand. There's a lot of people getting some weird piddly degrees out there, right? And there's probably like a PhD of strawberry candy from the dollar store or something like that, like there's probably somebody out there with some goofy PhD like that, I get it, but most of them aren't. Most people that get PhDs, like that's the most schooling somebody can get. So that's ridiculous. And yeah, I can't help but notice that's female dominated professions, like I said. Thank you, Such, because I'm sorry. I have been having the worst sinuses lately. I'm gonna redo this one because see how like higher up this one is? I feel like this should be more like here. See how I had it like on my forehead? I'm sorry. It's getting to the good part, I promise. Um, it's I mean, it does take some time because my hair is so thick, but it's like so easy. I'm actually gonna do a different technique. I don't know, maybe that's not a smart idea. I tend to mess stuff up when I'm on live. But usually I just cut it. I feel like I'm like extra nasally. I'm sorry. Usually I just cut it like straight across, and that's what a lot of people do. And I'm going to do that at first, but then you like point cut it. Be careful. You point it, you know what I mean? I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to go like this. And I think that'll help it blend better because I do have a problem with choppy layers. And yeah, I got these on sale from Sally's Beauty Supply. If you go and you give them your birthday, I hardly ever go to Sally's, but I was like a part of the Sally's. You don't have to pay anything or get a credit check or anything, but you're just like give them you get a good coupon for your birthday is the point. And I got these like $75 scissors. They were already on sale. Then I had like a 50% coupon. So I got these professional hair cutting scissors for like $35. I probably should get, I mean, these are very old. These are over 10 years old. And yeah, honestly, I was like slightly embarrassed to show you guys my bathroom, but I live in a outdated double wide. I'm not ashamed of it. I have contact paper on my bathroom counter if it looks funny to you. I just like really wanted a lighter counter. Okay, guys, once I get this done, I promise I'll get in the chat and talk to you about it. My kids have been arguing and fighting and loud. My nephew's been hair pulling tonight and today. Oh, your nephew's over, Carrie. This looks so uneven, but I'm sure it's like me and the uneven haircuts I've given myself before, but just like looking at this piece of hair looks like real uneven. Okay, we're gonna start because I am gonna do curtain bangs at this basically in this section too. Let me get my trash can. Hold on. I shouldn't have my rug under me. Okay, let's start with like 4 inches. Oh no, that's see, it's like 4 and 5 because it's so freaking lopsided. See this? It's like an inch longer on the left side. Now, there have been a few times, I admit it, there's been a few times I have like a fishtail braid to one side and it's like looks really bad and I just like cut it, which is so dumb, like I don't, but it's another reason I don't want to go to a hairstylist. I'm sure around here they'd be sweet, but like I'd almost feel like a dumbass with my choppy hair going in there. So I don't recommend this. It's just like how many of us want to get our hair cut now around the holidays and like we can't afford to, or maybe it's not about not being able to afford to, but like you could use that $80 on 10 other ways, right? So I don't know if I'm supposed to like angle the scissors a little, but it looked like people were. Oh, this makes me nervous. Okay. Not angling them that much is doing something. Wow, I feel like I've given myself so many haircuts. This is the first time I feel like a professional stylist. It looks a little more blended and better than just straight across, but it's lopsided to this side before. It was just, I've mentioned before I have spatial awareness issues. Like I wasn't diagnosed with anything, but I'm a good example of a woman that like masked stuff. And I just think it's interesting because I'm like, how many people struggle with basic things and didn't like tell anybody about it? I couldn't figure out like north, south, east, and west when I was like a little kid to like 8 or 10 years old. And looking back on it, I'm like, what was up with that? What kind of like dyslexia or something is that? And I just masked it, and I think that's interesting, and it plays into a lot of my issues. He was diagnosed with rhinovirus 2 days ago, had blisters on his hands and rashes on his feet, was turning purple earlier today. They checked him into RSV and he doesn't have RSV. Oh, that child is at your house now, Mr. Carey? Or am I following right? Ooh, that sounds stressful. I'm sorry. So people took off like the same length for each, you know what I mean? Section. And really, this is gonna look best once it's styled. Don't expect it's the same thing. What is the deal with my I don't know why I'm surprised. I've been cutting my own hair for 10 years. Of course, it's not straight. But yeah, one time I did this to give myself an above the shoulder haircut, and I really messed it up, and I had to wear my hair halfway back. That was when we were split up for 13 months, honey. Thankfully. And, yeah, I had to wear, like, a hat, and I never wear hats, so, like, this is one time I messed it up really bad, and it's because I made the layers too short, but yeah, and, so, how many of you guys I should have put it in the title, I don't know why I didn't. Andrew Wilson is this, I don't know, public figure. He was on the Whatever podcast semi recently, I don't know exactly when, and he was debating this. I meant to post a shorts of it on my community tab. So I've been so all over the place this week, but he was debating a young feminist. I've never heard of her before. She goes by Charlie. And it was just a glaring example of a man acting super emotional towards a woman. Like if that young woman acted the way that he acted, it would be obvious you're being like over emotional. I need to post a clip. I can't wait to be able to screen share with you guys. He is one of these people that's all about pushing like traditional values. And what is that anyways? Like everybody's concept of traditional could vary, right? Especially from culture to culture, country to country. And it's just so ridiculous when people like him, he's a guy that's chain smoking cigars or cigarettes all the time. If you follow any of these red pill, I don't know, he calls himself a debater, but like this is a perfect example of like an orator. It's oh my gosh. It's amazing how emotional he gets. And as soon as she says, like, I want to talk to you about my worldview or something. He calls her stupid. He just straight up calls her, you know what? I think you're too stupid to talk to me. And then she was like, does your wife have three baby daddies? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that personally. I wanna say that right now. My mom, decided to have babies with 2 guys. I wouldn't be here if she didn't, so I don't think there's anything wrong. I look at the men who aren't present as the ones that, need to be looked down upon, you know? I'm like, "Okay, so she took responsibility, she's taking care of her kids." It's the men that we all need to be holding account, quit ragging on single moms. So I don't like it when he does it. I don't like it when anybody does it. And this Charlie feminist lady, she wasn't doing that. She was making a point to like point out how hypocritical he is. And I might touch this up later, but let's see. And I want to do some more bangs. Um it was looking, I should have, like, taken a before picture. You guys have seen my hair recently. It just gets it's really coarse, it gets to be too much. You can't see the layers. You can right? You can kinda see it. It'll look a lot better once I do, like, curls in it. Actually, I think I might put more layers. Let me ugh, do a backflip. I wish I could. I've never done a backflip in my life, even when I was, like, little, like, into a pool, I was uncoordinated. Probably part of my east, south, north, west. Listen to me, east, south, north. The way I said it was funny. Okay, so yeah, super easy. I'm pretty sure I got all the. Oh, I don't know. See how much length is still on. That did not get all the split ends. Which I'm glad there's so much length, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. But it does feel lighter. Definitely, if you have thicker hair, like this thin hair, it would work, but I would do one ponytail, you know what I mean? And you could cut an inch off, it's gonna give some soft layers to the very end. You need to cut off at least 4 inches to get um layers. But I don't, that last one, I think I took like an inch less, but even so, it still feels like it's too long. Um Thank you, Boston. I'm gonna say hi to everybody. Hey, Gary. How are you doing tonight, Gary? Thank you for posting that, Mr. Carey. Jackson, are you really a hairdresser? You're probably just saying that. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking in the comments, but isn't that crazy that they're reclassifying degrees and some degrees that were once considered professional are now considered non-professional? And it just seemingly, like, I know this sounds like a victim playing the victim card, but it is true. They're female-dominated professions. And then somebody I was listening to made a good point. It's like, so, we can't. It's so hard for a woman to break into non-professional things sometimes. And like I've said, I always had across the board, like overall good experiences, but the factories I worked at were like you pretty much did your own thing, you didn't have to interact with other people that much. But learning more about Amber Sheck, the young woman who was murdered at her workplace, she went to HR 4 or 5 times. And I'm assuming about that man. People, when they say it, they're just like, she went to HR 4 or 5 times. That is so terrible. And in the comment sections, and take it with a grain of salt. I always take everything with a grain of salt, okay? I know somebody could be lying, so I don't want to come off as completely gullible, like I believe every comment, but I know that some of them have to be telling the truth. And I read some of the most horrific things, like women doing blue collar work. This one woman said she worked at an oil changing shop. She had to quit because the guys kept turning the cars on while she was under them. And she said something about the fan of death. I don't know exactly what she's talking about, but I'm sure the motor has some big ass fan or something. And I know not all men are like this, no. But when you're in a male dominated field and one woman comes into it, I've heard some like I I hate what I'm about to say, but it's so bad. All I've heard from women that I know that do like it's so incredibly bad that like when I think you're so brave, but I'm also like, ugh, like I don't want to say she's less smart, but I'm like, is it the right choice to go into that male dominated field? Not because I think she can't do it, but because men are so horrible to women in those situations often. And I've heard horrible things about the military. And once again, this isn't to say all men, but it's like it gives the bad men opportunity, and that's really sad. And yeah, go to some of the videos about her and skim through the comments and see the things that women have had to go through. And I was talking about the New York Times article where the woman said, "Oh, thank you so much." You said your name was Bill, right? Can I call you Bill? I don't know if I should call you Acid Burn or Tracy USA, but your name's Bill. Is that okay with you, or would you rather me not use that in the chat? My name is Lydia Robin. Oh, you gifted 5 memberships. Gosh, I'm just like such you did 6 total. Thank you so much. I'm gonna start reading off the names of people who get the memberships because I saw somebody else do that, and I was like, yeah, I need to do more stuff like that. Emperor Children, Token 0127, Thomas, Nitschke, Josh Up, and who cares what you think? I know you're acid burn Tracy, but now that your name is different, do you want me to just call you Tracy? Um, that's what I was gonna do, but it just feels weird after calling you acid burn for so long, that's what my point was. Um, oh, thank you, Jackson. And see, like my hair, it might look dry. I mean, it is like hair this long is gonna be more dried out. I used really good conditioner. Um, uh, I didn't buy conditioner for years. I always got 2 in 1, and I know that's not good for your hair, but it's just like justifying buying separate conditioner. But anyways, I just have coarse hair. If you can't tell, like it's kind of fun. I think I have a combination of hair textures. I don't know exactly what, you know, not trying to say like I have a fro or anything, but my hair can be pretty like frizzy and kinky. And Boston said, "Thank you, acid burn." You guys. The wall is undefeated, Scott said. Right. It's always somebody that has to point out, I'm a middle-aged woman with white hair. Scott, I don't dye my hair because I like people like you not getting hard over looking at me. Not all women are here for the male gaze and want to like be. Speaking of which, Ballerina Farm, I haven't made a video on her in a while. Like a long time ago, like 8 months ago, she did this creepy expose. Forget what magazine it was for, but it was like sincerely creepy. Like the pictures for it and stuff is like, ugh, like I didn't even want to talk about it. She's like selling all this incredible, I mean, incredibly overpriced. Like the only reason anybody would buy anything from her is just because they're so obsessed with her and her image. And it's like, can't fault her for that, but she's in this controversy now, I bet a lot of you don't know about, and I don't mean that I mean that because I know like 80% of my viewers are like men that I don't think keep up with Ballerina Farm content, but like she was selling this giant cutting board made from maple. Do any of you know anything about wood? Because apparently, according to a lot of people that do like know about cutting boards, like like chefs and what have you, are like maple is like the worst choice. This is a charcuterie board at best, and it's like it is large, but it's like 230 some dollars, and it's got scalloped edges, and people found very similar ones at Walmart. A set of 3 for $17. My life single, baby, no wife, no girlfriend. Oh, good. I'm a married woman, good. But I hope you find somebody. Um, Boston loves the salt in my pepper. Fendi, I have no idea who that is. She is a influencer. She doesn't consider herself trad wife, but a lot of people would consider her a trad influencer. Her husband is the son of the man who owns JetBlue, so he's a billionaire. So her husband is a son of a billionaire. They live on a farm in Utah. They seriously made people feel like they lived in like North Dakota. When I first found out about her, I thought she lived in North Dakota. And then I was watching this podcast today on Life Take Two. It's a really, if you're interested in any, I know a lot of you probably aren't, but like formerly Mormon woman who's an atheist now, whose husband left her. And it's just like, I am almost like, how did this happen? Like, he was very wealthy, left her with nothing. People always think that, like, if you're a kept woman, like you're gonna walk away with half. A lot of times it doesn't end up like that. A lot, especially when you have nothing and he has the connections and the lawyer money, like they could set it up. He set it up so like nothing was in his name, her name, and it's like he knew what he was doing. So I do believe her. She lives in an apartment now still, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, she went from like, being like a wealthy stay-at-home mom, Mormon mom for like 20 some years. Her husband cheated on her with a 19-year-old prostitute. And so she's very open about how she thinks like a man isn't a plan, like she just wants to spread the message that you should always keep that in mind, which I totally understand. I don't know if they had a prenup. That's a good question. But even prenups, like you can do stuff after the fact. Like that's still not like maple is prone to absorbing dark stains from things like beets and sprouted pet. Maple is actually a maple with fungus that can weaken the wood. Thank you for saying this in my life. That's so helpful. I wish I knew more about trees and like different kinds of wood and stuff. Like I would love to be able to look at it. I worked with this one woman, she said she could grade wood and she'd go to the sawmill and just like grade wood because she's been doing it for so long. It's something she did on the side for money. I always thought that was so cool. So Ballerina Farms is selling this life, like she just basically like, I know it sounds like I'm being a hater, but it really is. um, I stopped buying raw milk personally. I know some of you guys are probably gonna laugh at me and think I'm a dork. I just kept feeling like it wasn't worth the risk. And people do romanticize it. You really have to trust your source. And I did trust our source, but like I'd just rather get pasteurized milk. A lot of people who do have cows, they do pasteurize their own milk. They'll warm it up in the oven. I didn't know this until a year ago. I'm not judging anybody, especially if it's like your cow and you control everything. Like you do you. I know the benefits to it, but like they have milk stovetop pasteurizing pots basically. Like because people would heat up their own milk often, and that's something that like a lot of these women don't talk about. I didn't talk a lot about my raw milk obsession. And part of the reason was I didn't give it to my youngest kid until he was like past the age of 5 because like I don't know, I just felt like, like young kids are more prone to everything bad. But yeah, so she does this goofy shit where she acts like she actually like milks her cows every day and she'll like take her coffee out to her cow and oh that sounds so good. Now I want a cup of coffee. And like squirt and udder in the coffee and like she I think I have a shorts where she is she's I think there might be some Valium or something in my opinion, just like most rich stay-at-home moms. Gosh, you have actual medical issues, you can't get help, you can't get pain relief when you have like legit chronic things that show up on scans and blood work and stuff. But it's just oh, it's just amazing. Mr. Carey, I was reading the post you made, that wheelchair dad talking about how they couldn't convince the people in the hospital to give him his pain relief that he's prescribed for years. It is so maddening. And I understand I'm not a nurse and I don't know all the protocols or whatever. I definitely think it's a professional job. Once again, they're reclassifying certain degrees, whether they're professional or not. And I never honestly I didn't even know this was a thing. I like I said, it's like I know it sounds kind of childish, but like, isn't every college degree professional? Okay, is it if you could use it to work in a profession, it is professional. They're just doing this to make things harder for women. And you know what? I've said it before. I think that maybe they should placate to men. They should like help men more, make more scholarships for young men, as it's obvious that like less of them are even going to college. When they do, they tend to quit more. Like when a young woman starts college, she's more likely to graduate. We figure out what we can do to support the young men so they're more likely to graduate, so they're more likely to even go? Like, I think that's where we should be, maybe like women. I've seen a few people say this high school graduation, all the scholarships were for females. I've been to a few graduations that wasn't the case, but I believe you if you say, but it does seem like I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say it. I'll just never forget there was a story of this girl's like most diplomas ever, and she wasn't white, you know? So it's like I just think like maybe we should like change from 5 years to 10 years. Like it's been decades of women getting all these scholarships and stuff, you know? Like when are they gonna okay. And I'm all about helping people. Equal opportunities are less of a thing in our country. It used to be better, in my opinion. And now it's like just harder and harder to climb up the economic ladder. I'm sure y'all heard about how, like, Trump said, like, we don't have enough talented people here. And they need to get what, like 600,000 Chinese students because there's not enough talented people here. Um, Hi, Marty. How are you? I just love it when people like talk. Yeah, I do like to talk. And that's why, like, it's seriously such a blessing that there's this thing on YouTube Live. And if you don't like to listen to me talk, that's fine too. I'm not ever going to be everybody's cup of tea, but like, you don't have to sit here and complain about it. And that, I'm sorry, that is so like feminine. Like, if you want to like make it a bad thing to complain, like, that is like such a like female thing to do. But I feel like it's like mostly men. I feel like it's like literally nine men for every one woman troll. Like, it's that crazy. Jesus, how are you doing? I almost called you Jesus. I drink better goods, almond milk. I do enjoy milk straight from the cow or goat. Yes. And I'm not saying I will never drink raw milk again, but like, ah, I don't want to say the wrong name. Is it Farm to Tabor? There was this lady and she's made really good content. And it really did open my eyes. And I'm like, like instinctually, I always felt a little off. I'm like a freaking nervous person. I feel weird about like everything. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean? I hesitate like, when I'm driving and my husband's with me, I'll be like, "Do I turn here?" Even though I know to turn there, you know what I mean? And, like, he's always like, "If I wasn't with you, you would know," and, I do that with, like, everyday life, and it's no way to live. It's probably why I have all these white hairs. We need to invest in our community colleges so we mass produce things we need in society, doctors, nurses, teachers, engineers, etc. Hey, Zeus, I completely agree with you. I think that community college should be free. Um, with all the social safety nets billionaires have in our country, we should give at least 2-year degrees for free. There was some program here in Kentucky where it is like certain programs are free if you don't have a college degree. Like I saw it advertised and like I haven't gone and made an appointment to go talk to anybody. Hey Bill, how are you doing, Bill? Cannot read cursive, cannot understand schematics. MJ, are you saying that about yourself? Or are you saying that about somebody else? I'm not following. Oh, 27th in STEM for very many decades. Oh, America 22nd in the world for educational standards. Coming in with the facts. That is unfortunate, Tracy. I've never had it. And no, not every college degree is professional. Yeah, and the more I think about it, I'm like, okay, you couldn't use every degree to go be a professional. See, that's the not college I am college. I do have some college. That's the blue collar worker in me. And like, well, gosh, if you have a college degree, you're professional to me. Um, but yeah, it is really sad in how we've fallen behind. And I do think it's like completely by design, like how bad we are in education. Like, a lot of it is greed and was just plain people dropping the ball. But did you guys see what Roseanne said? Thank you, Bill. Of Louisville with you. Oh my gosh, the holiday time is like Christmas time is my favorite time in Louisville. There's a there's a botanical gardens. I haven't been in a few years. Oh my gosh. They have a beautiful light display, like all these kind of like Chinese lantern type lights. There's really cool Louisville Zoo. If you are anywhere near the Louisville area, the Louisville Zoo, they have really, really fun Halloween things too for this time of year. Now I should check. I haven't double checked. I'm just assuming they have the Christmas thing every year. And then Lights Under Louisville is this called the Mega Cavern, where it's what it sounds like for like a few miles. You're driving under Louisville in this cave, and there's like a really cool Christmas display in the cave. You guys want me to take you there? Thumbs up if you want me to take you there. Oh, I'm so glad that you liked it, Bill, though, because like I almost considered making a channel called Lydia Loves Louisville, but then like I do live a few hours away. It's not really feasible to make my channel just about that. But maybe it can be a series where I'm like, I got this on clearance. This way it's like everything Louisville related. I'll just title it like Lydia Loves Louisville, episode one. Kids are better off going to a good trade school learning heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people seem to be having a trouble even like paying for that, you know. It's so sad. 30 out of 120 credits is actually not for the for the degree, it's actually just money for the college. Yeah, Rackster, you're right. It's so much unnecessary information. Like a lot of degrees could be gotten quicker if we just shave that like gen ed crap out. And like I do remember like somebody has told me that I don't want to insult any nurses. I forget what it's like. It's not nursing. Okay, it's not that it's not a medical degree. It does vary from MDs somehow, but it wasn't the professional, non-professional, but it's like, but to call a nurse not professional educators, um, I took myself off organ donor registry just in case. Leroyd, I thought you were gonna say because of like my live where I was talking about the organ donor stuff or something. I remember you and your your jokes. I used to ship horses to the Red Mile, Bill Clancy said. What does that mean, Bill? I don't know what the Red Mile means. Hi, the best ever. The best ever. I've seen the ads for it, Boston. If you still need help, let Lydia know we can work something out. Oh, Gary, yes. I couldn't there's no way I could have gone to the post office with my kid. I did just read my note too. I was like, maybe I should attempt to do that tomorrow. We need to figure something out. If reincarnation is real, I'd rather come back as a slug than a Oh, Leroyd, don't make us block you, Leroyd. Like, I know you've never been outright mean. Maybe that should be the fourth thing. Oh, like, it's kinda like spamming, you know, if you spam with the racial stuff, it's like, now you're winking. Okay. So, Ballerina Farms cutting board. Yeah, occupational therapist, physical therapist. So many people, I bet like a fourth of you in chat right now have had physical therapy or known somebody that had it. Like that is such an important career. And it seemed I just got referred for physical therapy for my like pelvic floor stuff and my doctor is like, I think every woman could benefit from it, but you know, like it's just like some of the like pain I'm having. She wasn't like it's all in your head, but she's like basically like, yeah, I was healing slow, but like at this point, certain pains I'm having is probably like related to pelvic floor dysfunction. The shit we go through, guys. Oh yeah, so the organ donor thing. If you guys didn't know what I was talking about, there is this it was in Richmond, Kentucky, and you can look it up as like organ donor, Richmond, Kentucky. It'll probably pop up within the last year where a man was on the table and he like woke up. And long story short, the person that worked for the organ procurement organization, that's such a mouthful. She was like there, like, you know, facilitating everything and, she called the organization, was like, "He's awake, like, we can't go through with this, like, this guy is awake." And they were like, "You need to find another doctor to do it," because you know, it was the doctor that was like, "Okay," and it's like, he showed signs of life being wheeled down the hallway when they do, like, that life walk where there's people and this is, like, such a touchy subject because, if you know somebody that's alive because of an organ donation, I'm not, like, you know, of course, like if that was my loved one that needed an organ, I would hope that somebody would donate it. But it's just like we should all be aware that they change the criteria of what makes somebody like brain dead. Like it's changed throughout the years. And then you're trusting the professionals at said hospital to like do right by you. And when I made that video, I'm like, I'm not surprised that happened in Kentucky. I swear people are I left my wallet on that table in Louisville when we went to the bathroom. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I like left my wallet on the table. We're not in small town Kentucky anymore." And then when we walked out, it was still there. There was only like I mean, there was like 3 other tables sat, I just thought, like, how many places, I know it would just be a fluke, but I don't think that would happen everywhere. Standardbred horse harness racing, it's around Louisville. Yeah, I don't like horse racing. I know I've never been to the Derby. I don't think I ever will be. I understand it's like this old sport, but I just think that we should race cars and that's it. I don't like I never went, but there's like a bunch of greyhound racing in South Florida and okay. So I need to get a better app or do something about like reaction videos. I've had like a few videos that I wanted to do reactions to, but I kind of just want to catalog because this Andrew Wilson guy, he is somebody that is I never thought he would get as much of a platform. He's a good example of like consistency. And he married a woman who, like, after he had 2 kids with her, he didn't even and he's one of these people that will go on about, like, blaming everything on single women, how, like, all mass shooters, everything anybody that ever did anything bad came from a single parent household and a single mom, and, like, don't look at it as, like, the parent who wasn't there, though. It's not the dad that completely bounced, whose fault it was. Trusting the trained professionals in their practice. Oh, is A Rivek going? Somebody waved bye to him. Did I say bye to A Rivek? I don't see it. But yeah, I feel like I should this isn't as layered as I wanted it to be. You can see it is I'm gonna do more around my face, but I don't want to do it on camera. I think Andrew's a clown to be honest. Yeah, Fendi, there's so many people that do a better job than him. He's just oh my god. So when he started to go off. Who was the guy in the whatever? Is his name Adam, the host of whatever podcast? I this was my instinct. Girl, I keep calling her girl. She was a young woman. She was very well spoken. Charlie something. I've never seen her before. She was like, did you marry a woman with 3 baby? Are you married to a woman with 3 baby daddies? And even that sentence alone doesn't do justice. Or like she really was well spoken. She wasn't like sitting there throwing like cheap shots like that the whole time. And it wasn't a cheap shot if you knew that like his whole thing is like shaming people that live like that. And like as soon as she said that, the Andrew whatever podcast guy, he made this like surprised Pikachu face, and I swear it was that made I'm calling them both Andrew, all right. Andrew Wilson he saw him out of the corner of his eye. A man that's that misogynistic, he does jump down women's throats, but it's more about like the man in the room that he's reacting to and that he wants to like show what a big man he is to. And yeah, it's a really good example. Like that woman was 10 times more stoic than he was. Like she kept her cool. She didn't and he's like I didn't call anybody in your family stupid. I just called you stupid because I'm not as bad as of a person as you. And it was like watching somebody in 5th grade. Um, he was getting cooked, Fendi. And I've seen a lot of I thank you, John. I wanted it to have more layers, but that's a thing about cutting your hair at home too, like next time I wash it, I can be more aggressive with it. But yeah, next time you guys see me, I'm gonna have like um Curt well, I guess curtain bangs aren't what I'm talking about, like, these, like I did it before, side swept bangs. I want them for the winter time. Anthony, you're in Lexington, that's nice. I love Lexington. I went to Bowling Green on Tuesday and Louisville on Wednesday, and I was so tempted to try to go to Lexington on Thursday. I'm like, I could go to Kentucky's 3 biggest cities in 3 nights. Illegal to sell organs, but not for the hospital to bill you for receiving an ancient Osage. I know, right? Yes. Am I saying that right? Osage, 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 Osage. Oh, IQ skills. Thank you, Boston. At a certain point, Andrew said to the woman, he's like, you don't have any IQ skills. And I was like, wow. Uh, actually Winchester, but most don't know that, so I just say Lexington. Oh, Anthony, I know, but yeah, you're right. Most people wouldn't know, but I do. I haven't lately, but I used to DoorDash and Instacart up there. It's been a few years. Hey, Jay Hardy, how are you? I cut my hair, but you can't. It's still drying. But yeah, I didn't have a ton to talk about because, but I did already talk about it. Ballerina Farms, the college degrees, Andrew Wilson. There's really not much to talk about any of those things but what I said. Leroy, thank you. Did the organ instantly work now? Doctor had to put it in. Doctors and nurses need to be paid. Yeah, that okay, that is a good point, but it is kind of crazy when you see how much money is made off the organs and none of it goes towards the family of the person that donated it. You know, it just doesn't seem ethical. But like I do see your point. Like, yeah, you're right. They do back-breaking surgeries. Gary, yeah, I've heard that song, Kentucky Woman. I just heard a song by Ella Fitzgerald about Louisville, and I didn't because it's she. Of course, she's saying Louisville. Like most songs about Louisville, people are saying Louisville, and I know it's kind of stupid, but I can't stand that. It's not Louisville. No other city gets mispronounced by like half or more of the country as much. Like I know I'm doing pretty good, Jay Hardy. We've had like a really busy week, but it's over. And then I forgot that Thanksgiving is coming up, but that's fine. We're not doing a turkey, so I'm not worried about, I might get some like turkey legs, but I was gonna get ham. Anyways, I'm not great at cooking turkey. I'm tired of like when my husband worked at Walmart for years, they gave us free turkeys, and then some years he would get, like, 2 turkeys because somebody would give him theirs, and, like, I don't know. It's just, like, we tried for what, like, at least 10 years to cook a turkey, and then we're like, "Why make ourselves go through all this?" Like, freaking, putting it in brine in the refrigerator drawer is such a fucking mess. Sadieville, Kentucky, my wife's aunt used to live there. That's cool. Gay porn, I don't know why I don't stream on TikTok. I do have a TikTok account. I don't know. I feel like it's like I know I sound like such an old I don't feel like middle-aged people on there are too old for there. When I'm on there, I feel too old. And I was making decent views until I made fun of how child-free people always have a dog. Oh yeah, Andrew and Pearl had a debate going back and forth. It was a while back. I think I just saw the what is a professor? The handsome black the attorney, lead attorney, is that his anyways, he had like a 9-hour live stream reacting to that? Oh my gosh, like, I like my long live streams, but I get discouraged when I see, over 6 hours. I don't know, David. What about it? Thanks for the membership, whoever sent it. Token said it was Tracy USA. You're welcome. I'm saying you're welcome for Tracy. What's it like in Kentucky? Well, Josh, there's a lot of natural beauty. Like this time of year, there's so much color, even when like half of the floral and fauna are like dead. I've lived in California, Florida, Indiana, and here, and I think people are the friendliest here. There definitely are different, a mix of places and like this part of Kentucky over to the west. I've heard like, people in general are really friendly. I have heard that the eastern part of Kentucky, people can be more racist and not friendly, but lots of water. We have tons of water here and lots of like, you know, activities that encompass the water. But yeah, I think it has something to do with the changing elevation. I was thinking that like, why is there so many colors? Like even like there's some kind of I don't know, some kind of weed that like when it dries here, it's like dark red. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Carey, honey? I'm calling my husband honey, not Mr. Carey. But it's like always like right now, I could show you some as in the neighboring property, but like there's a lot of different things grown here. Like Indiana, it's all corn and soy. No offense to Indiana, but like it's literally corn and soy. Here they still grow tobacco, they still grow like red wheat, blue wheat. Um, when was the last time you saw a field of wheat in Indiana? It's sad because when I was growing up, there used to be a lot of tobacco and wheat in Indiana. I just knocked my foot real hard. Ham for Thanksgiving is a great idea. Yes, I definitely won't mess that up, right? And there's like, it's going to be a lot more cost effective. I believe Acid Burn gifted you the membership token. They go by Tracy USA in the chat right now. Quality, I have three boys. If you're asking me, um, they didn't like turkey. Oh, it was Kathy, or I guess I shouldn't be calling her out. Red Mile in Lexington. Oh, okay, Bill Clancy. I don't know what that place is. Oh, thank you, Tessawar Hussein. Um, I am a stay-at-home mom, lucky right now. I did work in auto manufacturing for 18 months, but I'm blessed to be at home now. I have a 8-year-old that I homeschool, but I would like to get him in school. The goal is he loves like leaving the house. It makes me feel bad. Like I don't take him places literally every day, all day long. I think he will like school. Like, I have a TikTok account. It has 3,000. I don't use it much to go live. Yeah, I've heard that like it's not all about money, but I've just heard like even if you get monetized on TikTok, you don't really get paid well, right? Like how everything has to be like watched from you only get monetized if people watch the video from their For You page or something weird like that. Like, I think that's weird. Leroy, I would say love you back if you didn't make so many racist comments. Yes, Moises, I think he did at least. Fendi, what are we talking about? We have beauty in India. Oh, Green Palm. No, I'm married. I'm married. And I definitely don't. I'd be scared to leave the country just with the state of everything. No offense to India, but like I'd be scared to leave the country right now. Scared. That's like how I know stuff from the pandemic still isn't really a thing. Mr. Carey, do you think the pig who gave me his aortic heart valve got any compensation given to his relatives? Gary, did you really get an aortic heart valve from a pig, Gary? That's so neat. It is amazing, what medical science can do, and that's one thing that made me realize a lot about how, like, certain things aren't one size fits all, because when they made certain medicines that they, like, deem one size fits all, they didn't even know about blood types and, like, let alone, like, certain parts of the immune system, you know? And I just wonder sometimes, like, what do they still not know about? Um Yeah, the no-no people bought it so you wouldn't, Fendi. Yeah, you're right. Alaska's finest. Imagine if she got paid for every word she spoke. She would be a billionaire. Yeah, Alaska's finest. Kill says I look old and young at the same time. That's funny. And then somebody said looking like Angelina. If you mean Angelina Jolie, you need to get your eyes checked. Sent. I think you need to see the optometrist. I'm going to get on out of here. Good night. Oh, Bill, if you're still in here. Okay. Good night, Bill. Love you. I hope you sleep well. I probably won't be on here tomorrow, but I will Sunday. I do have a cat. He's outside, Wild Tiger. He goes outside at night. He slept literally from like 8 in the morning till 8 at night in the same spot. He sleeps so hard. Like he does move around, but he must stay up all night outside, you know? Thank you, Fergus. Do I look old and young at the same time? What was that? Omegle? What was the thing where you like just randomly talked to people? You know what I'm talking about? The app where you just like got on it and then like one person would get on the screen, like half the time it was, oh, good night, Jay Hardy. I'm glad that you popped in and I'm so glad that you're doing better and you're not sick anymore and you're just doing good overall. It's really nice to hear. I love you. I hope you sleep well. His name is also Token. Yes, our cat's name is Token. That's Token's screen name made me smile. India used to be nice before the British came, Drago said. Everyone is a bigot in one way, shape, or form or another. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you, Dis. I know where you're coming from with that. Like it's just we're kind of like tribal, like you just have it ingrained in you to want to recognize something in other people of yourself, and sometimes it's weird when you don't, and I think that that can be like not that can be socialized out of somebody mainly by like being in a melting pot like our country where you're around other people all the time and all of a sudden like different races aren't so different than we're used to. And so it feels like we're going backwards with the all white towns. Oh, Gary, thank you. I just saw you said I'm lovely. That's so nice. Twinkle said, "Damn, I'm about to start dating older women." I've heard a lot of people are doing that, and it's like, I don't know. You didn't respond to me. How old are you? Oh, I'm sorry, Leo. I didn't see. I'm 38. Jesus, okay. Esa mujer está. I don't know what falando means. What does that mean? Yes, I do have green eyes. Jesus loves you. That's so nice. Good night, Bill. But yeah, I've had a big week. I'm determined to start uploading edited videos because December is like the biggest AdSense month. So it's like I really want to go live a lot. I'm tempted to do Vlogmas. I don't know. I don't know how interesting that would be, but I think like I cook almost every single day, just like doing Christmas stuff probably a few times a week would be fun stuff like light shows or whatever. Hello from Ireland, Ted said. That's so neat. Hey, Ted. What time is it in Ireland? Thank you so much for all the nice compliments. Also, I am gay. That's cool. Unknown. Everybody's welcome here. Um, no, Leroy, don't say seriously, don't say stuff like that. I don't even want those words in my chat. Well, I cut my hair a little bit, but I am getting ready to go. I wanted to get on here for an hour. I cannot wait. Hopefully by the end of the year we can like screen share because it would be so much more fun if I could play that video for you guys and we could talk about are you into yoga? Have you checked Sadhguru app, which has some beginner free yoga tools that changed my life and highly recommend. I am my phone doesn't have enough space for any more apps, but I like Tai Chi. And no, I'm not into yoga. I'm not that flexible, but I need to work out more. Hot diddy poo soup. Oh, Tracy, you have COVID? Did you get tested for it? I hate to hear that. I'm so sorry. I know you said like a few days ago you were unwell. I'm sorry. I didn't ask if you were doing better. I just kind of like assumed you were doing better. I hate hearing that. Zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, like zinc really is high YouTube stab worthy. Um, and we should all be taking that. Like I got airborne on clearance in the Kroger's clearance. I get a lot of good supplements in Kroger's clearance. I think our vitamin C I got there second time in the last 3 weeks. That's not good. I think maybe you need more than that. Got gifted a membership somehow. This is awesome. YouTube, it was probably Tracy USA, right? A few people above you. He's gifted a lot lately. A few other people have too. So, but yeah, it's been nice. I have members only lives Mondays for sure. Anton said he never considered himself red pill or part of the manosphere. Yeah, Fendi, and I could kind of tell because, like I said, he's so rational. He kind of got thrown in there, but like he definitely. I never saw him like I subscribed to him for a few years now. I never seen him say much that I consider whatever red pill he is of like the good part, right? I'm like, I'm showing anything bad. Well, my husband likes me too. Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky. I live here now. Cover yourself in coconut oil right now. I mean, if you do it, don't make it a habit out of it because that stuff's drying. You think you're like moisturizing yourself with it, but it's so antibacterial and like antifungal, it will dry your skin out. Well, I'm going to hopefully, I don't know, maybe I should just work on this right now. I want it to be done tomorrow. Next time you see me, I'll have my hair like styled. It'll look a lot better. Like butterfly haircut. That's like will help teach you how to do what I just did. I love you too, babe. I am going to go. Um, Raising 3 boys is not easy. I think you're a strong woman. Oh, lucky. Yes, I do too, but thanks to my husband's hard work, and, yeah, I'm very grateful that I get to stay at home with them and raise them, especially my youngest. He needs a lot of one-on-one, so it's been great to stay at home with him. You guys wanna see my girly? Wow. I need to vacuum. I spilled those zinnia seeds on the floor. Girly pants, we gotta go walk. We gotta go out. Do you wanna go out? Do you wanna go outside? Oh, you're gonna roll over. I haven't shown you it, but one day I'll make a post. Like, she really does lay on her back. I've never seen a big dog, like, literally lay on their back the way that she does. She'll chew on toys laying on her back. It's so cute. Um, the cat's outside, Tracy. I don't have a WhatsApp number. Yes, I am a stay-at-home mom. Yes, I home educate the 8-year-old. But, would like to get him in school, and then I have no excuse not to do a lot more with my YouTube once he's in school, because I'm gonna look at it as my job. Homer, it's look. I layered it. I don't know, you can s see, it'll really show better, like, my hair is just, like, coarse. I forget hair textures, but, there's, like, whatever. 1, 2, 3A or what is like 3C? That's what it is. Like whatever. My hair is like not your typical like white girls. So it'll look a lot better once I style it. And if I put conditioner up here, then it like looks like oily the next day. I just can't win. I'm from Kentucky. That was funny though, Homer dude, because it was like the short layers were I didn't even change my damn name. YouTube has been blinking in and out for the last 3 weeks because of the sun. Really? See, okay, that's what you show up as when you're like that's like your other screen name. I don't know. I know I shouldn't. Your handle, but like your channel name usually shows up. You know what I mean? Whatever. Thank you everybody for joining. Seriously, it's like this holidays, I promise we're gonna do like some really fun stuff. Well, we'll go to Lights Under Louisville. And that's another thing. It's like I haven't been able to afford a lot of this stuff. So I really, really appreciate you guys and your support. It's like because of the YouTube money that I can like it's like $50 a carload. And I do think it's worth it, but it's just like everything costs so much. I don't have Insta yet, but I will soon. I'm getting an Instagram account for sure. Like, got back from the gym and my Birkenstocks are. Oh my gosh. Didn't phone down yet, apparently, and circle back. Oh, can you guys hear me? Um, if you get an Instagram, make it private. Is I'm going to go. If my microphone was muted, wouldn't my phone be working though? You're just spamming me. Love you guys. I really hope everybody sleeps well, and I hope I see you soon. I don't like saying bye. Thank you, Mr. Carey. Good night. Love you guys.